Dress competition.
Fancy dress competition. Yeah, so all of you will have fun, right? Is it Independence Day like India's National Day?
Yes.
Ah, I see. When is that? When is the National Day for India?
It is one of the national days.
19? 19 of
15
August?
No, 15 August.
Oh,
15 August.
15 of August.
15 August. Independence Day.
Ah, okay. I see. Hi, who just now someone was talking to me? Is it Swayam?
Ma'am, I was.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Sonam. Hello. How are you?
Good evening, ma'am. I was saying that in
Yeah.
India there are 2 days are important. First
National
is
Day.
our Independence Day and second is Republic Day.
Deepavali.
Republic.
Oh.
January.
Oh, Republic Day. Is it?
Republic Day is January.
Ah, I see. So what is the difference? What is the difference between Republic Day and Independence Day? Who can tell me?
Ma'am, I think so. On Independence Day, we independ on ourselves.
Okay, I see.
We get freedom.
So India was independent from United Kingdom, right?
We get freedom from
Britain.
Yes, ma'am. United Kingdom.
United Kingdom. Okay. What about Republic?
From UK.
From UK.
Yes, from the traditional side. Simon Gold.
So many people talking. Okay. Switch off the microphone first, everyone. Okay. Joyce, can you switch off the microphone? Yeah, Shashank, can you? Yeah, okay. So actually, Singapore, we just had celebrated our National Day on Monday, 2 days ago. We also celebrated our National Day, and we are now 56 years old. Singapore is 56 years old. How old is India?
What, ma'am?
How old is your country?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's okay. Anyone else knows the answer? Araf? Or Arush? Suhasi? Abhinav? Swayam?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Swayam. Hello, Abhinav. Oh, okay. So anyway, I just wanted to know because I thought that National Day, Independence Day, Republic Day, I thought they are all the same. So it's a different thing for India, right? Different days, different meaning. Okay, good. Anyway, so I'm very happy to see everyone today. And then what is the
Ma'am, on
250,000 years old? 250,000 years old. Swayam. Is that India's birthday? How old is India?
73 years.
Oh, I think maybe Swayam is talking about the civilization, right?
Yes.
Yes, the history. Is it the history of India? I think so.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, your country is very rich in history. Very nice, very big country also. Oh, by the way, excuse me, sorry, I was gonna share the story that I want. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Too excited.
Ma'am, I want to say something.
Yeah, Sonam.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
you know it on Independence Day, India gets freedom, and on Republic Day, India make their own rules.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Yeah. Actually, this thing about the history of a country or the National Day, Republic Day, Independence Day, all these are very interesting. I like to read up about this kind of stories. But anyway, because I'm talking about Singapore, right? So actually, I was just saying Singapore, we just celebrated National the United Kingdom. I think I think so. I can't really remember, but yeah, I think that is the history, the simple history of Singapore. And then more for tonight, I will come to the story sharing today. Right now, if you don't mind. Oops, I need to switch on my slides. Okay. Let me put it up and maybe you can see.
Ma'am, your screen we can't see.
Okay, just 1 minute. I will try. Okay. Is it all right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, good. Okay. There's this interesting facts about Singapore that I wanted to tell all of you. Yeah, so just, sorry, somebody say something. Surhasi?
This is game.
Game? It's not a game, not a game. It's a story of my country, which will maybe give you more interesting facts that you don't know about us. Okay, so let's go. We are one of the three. Yeah,
Ma'am,
yeah.
about in Republic Day, what we do? On Republic Day, our Constitution has made who written by Baba Saheb Bhim Rao Ambedkar.
Oh, wow.
Independence Day, we have gotten freedom from UK.
I see. So do you enjoy finding out the history of your country?
Yes.
That's very interesting. Thank you. And I think because India may have been under the UK's colonial rule for many years. I think a few hundred years. I think so.
Ma'am, some people of India looks like UK people. They are too white. Their hair is white, eyes is white, all things.
So they look like they are not Indian people.
No, ma'am, they are Indian people, but they looks like UK people.
Yeah. So maybe is it because they are they mixed with Indian people?
Yes, ma'am.
I see. Okay, we have that in Singapore also, but maybe not so much. Just a little bit. Not so many people are mixed.
Yes, ma'am. In India also a little bit.
A little bit, yeah, because they are not the majority, right? The majority are still, maybe for your country, it's maybe still Indians. I don't know, but I'm not very sure. But
they
for
are
us,
Indians, but they look like UK people.
yeah, so maybe they are born in India, but their parents come from UK.
No, ma'am.
Maybe
Their parents are also Indian.
Parents also Indian. Okay. And then the grandparents?
They some types of people look like UK because their parents just look like a UK people.
I see. So it's a very interesting background, right? We don't know, I don't know where they come from, or they are born in India, they are raised in India, they have been living in India. So I really don't know very much about your country, but I know more about my country. So let's share with all of you today. And so this first picture that you can see, does anybody understand what is city state? Does anyone know? Okay, so has anyone heard of the country? Not the country, the city, the Monaco City and Vatican City. Has anyone heard of these two places? I'll put it into the chat over here, Vatican City and Monaco. Okay, so These are the 3 places in the world that are very small, and it's just one place. Okay, and this place is a city. A city means it's a very modern place with very high technology, and the excuse me, and the population is very dense, which means that it's very highly populated. There's many people living in the place. And so Singapore, together with Monaco and Vatican City, we are just these 3 places in the world that we can call ourselves a city-state. Because, for example, in your country, like India, it's big, and I think there are like many states. So I'm not sure, if you understand what I'm trying to say, because India is so big. So your country is not a city, but your country is made up of many states put together. And so your country is not one city, but many cities. So, but Singapore is different. We are only one city, and that's it. We have other places also, but I'll come to that later. So let's talk about the other thing. Let's see this one. Okay. So just now when I said city states, okay, by the way, all of you can write down. Okay, I'll just go back to my slides just now. Okay. So if any one of you can take out your paper and you can write out. Okay, you can write that Singapore city state. Okay, you can write that. And so later on, when I can check with you, you can maybe give me the answer. What are the 2 other city states in the world? Remember, the answer is in the chat. Okay, you can write the answer down, right? Singapore, number 1. Number 2 is Vatican City. You can write that. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And the third one is Monaco. So these are the 3 places in the world. Okay, please write that down. Okay, so you see, Sonam, you said that there are 27 states.
In the
Huge.
why that place called Little India?
Yes, yes.
Why that place called Little India? Any reasons?
Because we have a lot of people from India in Singapore, right? So maybe somebody who lives in Bangalore come to Singapore, somebody who come from the New Delhi, Mumbai, they travel to Singapore, they stay here, they live here, they work here, so they need a place to go for shopping or bring their friends together or purchase Indian goods that come from India. So this is a place in Singapore, sorry, that we have a lot of shops that have a lot of Indian owners, and the food is also come from many states in India, but it's not a very big place. It's maybe like 3 kilometers, so it's not big, but it's just a place to have that a lot of people from India, they like to go there, that they buy things and have dinner together, or spending time with each other, because the other parts of Singapore are like shopping, office, residences. Singaporean people, we stay in other parts of Singapore. So Little India is quite famous in Singapore for a lot of Indian people. They like to visit the place. Okay. And then so now I have mentioned, right, city state. Okay, Singapore we have only 1. But Sonam, you have told me that India you have 27 states. So that is super big. And we are only one small part. Can you imagine?
28 states.
28. Okay.
Yes,
Okay. 28. Anyway, 28 is also very big. So we are just very small part of maybe your country, but I'll talk about that later, okay? Because I have a picture of that. Okay, so anyway, I want to talk about what we also have in the country, Singapore. Although we only have 1 city, which is the island here on the left side. Okay, you look at the picture on the left side. Do you see this picture with the word Singapore? Okay, and then outside on the picture on the left, Can I draw on it? I'm not sure. I don't think I can draw.
That Singapore is an island.
Yes, yes, we are one island. And we call ourselves the city. Oh, sorry. We call ourselves a city because we are an island. And the island is a city because it's very modern. Yeah, very modern, very high technology. Everything is very fast, very efficient, very safe, very clean. And then, but we don't just have one island, we have many islands other around Singapore. So we have a total of 64 islands. Okay. I'll put that in the chat. So later when I ask you, I hope you can remember. Okay. So when besides Singapore Island, we have Jurong Island, Pulau Busing, Pulau Bukom, Tanjong Pagar. I mean, you can look at that list of islands at the other picture over here. If you can see my cursor. So just one island, but we are a very we are a country with 65 islands altogether. Okay. And so just now I was talking about how small is Singapore. We are one of the smallest countries in the world. If you look at the map on the right side, you can see that we are one dot. Can you see where is Singapore? Over on the right side, there is this country called Malaysia. So we are right below Malaysia. And then later on, I will explain to you how big is our country. But actually from the world map, right? The world is so big. We are just one dot. So that's how small we are. And then if you look at the other other countries near to Singapore, do you see Malaysia? Okay, and then there's Indonesia, Thailand, and Vietnam, Cambodia. So on the map, you can see how small that we are. Okay, so please write it down. You can write down our neighbor countries. The neighbor countries that I have is Malaysia, Indonesia. I put all this in the chat. Later, can you help me to answer my question, okay? Okay, so I have listed down all these countries that are neighbors. Okay, so we are neighbors with Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, 5 countries. And of course, there's many more, but I'm just putting up a few for example, okay? All right, now the next one, we are getting bigger. The size of Singapore was only on the picture here, look here, okay? In the year 1960, our land size, okay, the size of our country at the beginning in 1960, it's only 581 kilometers. And so now after like 60 years, now we have grown much bigger and it's 700 over kilometers. The reason is because we are reclaiming land. Do you know what is reclaiming land? Anyone? Does anyone know what is the reclaiming of land? Let me ask who, Shuhasi? Do you know what is reclaiming of land?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay, no problem. How about Shashank? Shashank, do you know what is the reclaiming of land?
It is getting land back.
Yes, good. Who said that? Is it Swayam? Somebody said it's about getting back.
Arab.
Araf. Okay, Araf. So when Araf said the getting back of land, it just means that we are building, yes, Araf, you got the correct answer. So when I said Singapore is growing bigger, so you can imagine, right? Our country is maybe like the size of my hand now. So small, right? Now it's only this size. But I need to have more land because I need to make more space for houses, to build airports, to build gardens, to build schools, anything. So how do I make this country become bigger? So I want to put more land on it. I'll put some sand, put some cement, and then we'll just grow. And now so it's become bigger. and then bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, so that we have more space. Because Singapore population is also very high. We have around 6 million people. Okay, there's only 6 million people in Singapore. It's not very big compared to China or compared to India, but because we are a small country, so we need a lot of space to accommodate people who are living here. Okay, so now we are much bigger than when we started. Okay, so now can all of you tell me what is the size that we have in 2010 over here on the map? Can somebody tell me? How about 712? Yeah, so now we are around 712 kilometers. That was like 10 years ago, 2010, right? Because now we are 2021. So 10 years ago, our country has grown bigger and bigger again. So now 10 years later, we are in 2021. Maybe our country has grown another 50 kilometers. I don't know, because we just need to grow bigger. Otherwise, we have no space. Okay, so all of us, can we write down 712 kilometers? You can put that down in the, I can also put that in the chat. 2010, we are 712.4 kilometers square. This is the size of Singapore, okay? Now the next one, oh, actually skip something. Okay. Singapore is growing, Singapore is small. Oh, okay. Yeah. Look at this. So what is our original name? Our first name is not Singapore. Okay. The first name of our country, we call it Singapura. Okay. I put it into the chat. Please try to remember later when I ask you. Okay. So Singapura is a Malay word. It comes from history. Like many years ago, there was this prince. He's from, I think, Palembang. Palembang is in Indonesia. So he came to Singapore and then he saw a lion. And so when he saw a lion, he thought it's not a lion, it's a tiger. But anyway, so since he thought that it's a lion, he called the place that he was at, he called it Singapura, which is the meaning for lion city. But the fact is, it's not a lion, it was a tiger. But anyway, that was how we had our first name. So we call it Singapura. And that's the meaning, okay? Singapore together. Okay. Then now we are coming to the next one. Please stop me if I'm going too fast. Okay, so now we have another one. Singapore, we have how many language? How many languages do we use? Official language. Can someone tell me? It's on the screen.
In the India, ma'am.
4. Yes, Abhinav, right? Is that Abhinav? Yeah.
I am thinking. Swayam has some.
Swayam. Okay, hi Swayam. Thank you. Yes, we have 4 official language. I think India has how many? 2? How many languages does your country have? Official language. One.
But so much every time we say English or Hindi.
Okay.
English we say salt.
So is it India? Oh, sorry, is it Hindi or is it English?
Both.
Okay. 2? So you have 2 language? Okay. I see. So I think
So
that
many language we say in India. Hindi, Punjabi, Bengali.
yes. So there are so many languages for your country, because if you have so many, you don't know which one to use, right? So you can have 2. But my country, we have 4. Okay. And then they are English, Chinese, Malay, and Tamil. Okay, if you look at the picture on the right side here, the little children are running from the school. You can see the first word on top is Malay word, followed by Chinese word, and Tamil word, and then English. So these are the 4 languages, okay? But on the left side, do you notice that the words, okay, it's a bit small. This is a picture of our airport, Singapore Changi Airport, but it does not have one language.
Yes,
It is-
that's written there. Rows 1 to 5, GST refund, toilet,
Toilets, shops.
and cafes.
Yes. Do you see the GST refund on the right side? There are some words on the side.
Yes, I'm zooming there.
But actually, those are
Benjambilians GST.
yes. So those words, right, that you see here, it's actually Chinese, Malay word, and then Japanese word. So actually, Japanese word is not our language, right? But there is a problem because a lot of places in Singapore, they don't have the words from Tamil words, but there is definitely English, there is definitely Chinese, and sometimes there are Malay words, but sometimes Tamil is from India, right? Tamil word, the language. But sometimes some of these public places, we don't have the Tamil language. So that created a lot of problem. And a lot of us are complain to the government because you should have all the 4 languages, right? Because this is our official language. So you should have 4. Anyway, so that is our country 4 languages, okay? I will put it into the chat as well. Malay, English, Chinese, and Tamil. These are our 4 languages. Okay, good. Now we are coming to the last second one. We are very hot. Our country is, I think we are very near to the equator. And that means that when you are near to the equator, it's super, super, super hot. So usually our temperature can go up to 38, 35 degrees Celsius. So sometimes there are particular months of the year, like June, July, August, September. This is the period in Singapore that is very hot. Okay, so just now I said the period is usually from June to July, or June to September. Yeah, so this is where a lot of us, we don't stay at home. We don't stay outside, we stay at home because we can use the aircon, or we go to the shopping centers because there's in the shopping center there's aircon, right? Air conditioning. Because it's so hot outside, we need to be in an aircon place or an indoor place. Okay, so during this period, June to September, we are so hot. We cannot stand it ourselves. I think in India, some parts of India are also can get very hot sometimes. Because we read some newspaper articles sometimes that there are heat waves in India that will be super hot, and it sometimes creates some problems, right? So that's for the weather here. The last one. Can someone tell me what is this? We are very clean. We are very tidy. But if you are not, you will get into trouble. What kind of trouble in this country? Anybody want to try? Arush, you want to try? Shuhasi?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes,
Hi.
ma'am.
Yes. Arush, do you remember last time when you were here in Singapore, do you see some of these signs in the
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what do you think?
Singapore is very clean and tidy. You will be fined if you are not.
Yeah, so actually the meaning here is just saying that if you see the signs here, right? Like for example, if somebody smoking, okay, you see the smoking sign here, no smoking. Yeah. So in a lot of places in Singapore, we ban smoking. So if you smoke, anyone who is caught smoking and throwing the cigarette butt on the floor or something, then they will get fined. Fined means they have to pay. They will be paying money to the government because they have not follow the rules, right? Okay, so for example, on this, like no durians on this picture here, but even though we love durians, right, it's our national fruit, we will not allow the durians to be carried onto buses or trains because of the reason that it's very strong. The smell, durian smell is very, very strong. So it will also give you problem because if you buy durians and you don't close it into a box, then the smell will come out. And then the police can ask you to pay a fine because you are not keeping the durian inside a box. Okay, some other popular fines are like if you throw rubbish. Okay,
Ma'am, in Japan, which currency? Dollar, pounds,
Singapore dollar.
Singapore dollar.
Yeah, so Abhinav, that's a good question, right? So this is in Singapore, so we use Singapore dollars. Okay, we don't use British pounds, we don't use US dollars. We have our own Singapore currency. And oh, just now I was saying, right? So another example, which
Or
is very
India is rupees.
rupees, correct. Different country, different currency. One of the other very famous thing, if you don't follow, you will have to pay a fine, is if you throw rubbish anywhere. You know what I mean? If you have a piece of paper and you decide to just throw everywhere, or you don't have a dustbin and you just throw it onto the floor, and if somebody sees it and reports to the police, or we have National Environment Agency officers. So these guys, they will do checks and patrol around. If someone is caught throwing rubbish or vandalizing, then they will get fined also. So
In
everything,
India,
yeah.
when we not this time when we not wear mask or helmet, so that time the fine will cut.
Yeah,
From
so
the
actually, so different countries have different rules, but in Singapore, we have a lot of this kind of rules, which usually is to control the people who don't know how to behave, right? So if they spit, do you know what is spitting? Spitting is like you throw out your saliva from the mouth. Okay, if someone spits from the mouth and they throw it onto the floor, that is also a problem because it will make the whole place very dirty, very unhygienic, right? So that will be a fine as well. Okay, so we have so many fines in the country. That's why a lot of people think that we are fining people. So we call ourselves, we are a fine country. But of course, fine means it's good, right? It's a good thing because if you don't follow the rules, the country just becomes dirty and inconvenient for a lot of people. Okay. Okay, I realize that actually my time has don't have much time for the quiz. I don't think we will just go through it very quickly because that would not help. Sorry, Jyotsna, is it? Who is that? Chandan.
it is they learn with Chandani.
Chandani. Okay. Hi, Chandani. Okay. I think what I will do is maybe for today, I will just go through this. This is the last slide I have. And then next week, we will go through this again and then I will have a little quiz. Okay. Because if I go through it now, it will be a bit rushed and maybe you can't remember much of the answers. Shall we do that next week? If everyone is okay?
Yes, ma'am. No problem.
Okay. Good, good.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't see Jyotsna. Jyotsna, are you there? Shashank?
ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Shashank. Thank you, Jyotsna. And then thank you, everyone. We'll continue with the quiz next week, okay? From this
Thank you, ma'am.
one. Okay.
Bye, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for having me. Good night, everyone.
Bye, ma'am.